Today, more than 250,000 children participate in armed conflicts on 4 continents. These boys and girls, some as young as 7, serve alongside adults in government forces, rebel opposition groups and guerrilla armies.
They killed my brother, they killed my grandmother, and they killed my little sister. Okay? So that make me to do what I'm not supposed to do. It may happen to you. If you're sitting somewhere, you hear the day tomorrow, say, they kill your mother, they kill your father. You want to retreat, you want to say, I will revenge to do, to save, to get back my mother feeling. No, it will never happen. But I do that because why? I used to love my grandmother. She used to take care of me, and also my brother. That's why I did that. It was not my intention to do what I'm not supposed to do. I want to free myself. I want my conscience to be clear. That's why I help little children. I never went against to do what I'm not supposed to do. No.
And my name is Kilo, but my real name is Abraham.
Why is your name Hitler Killer?
Huh?
Why?
It's my fighting name. The name what they gave me in the bush.
Who gave it to you?
My postman.
Who is Hitler?
I don't know. I think I went there because they killed my father. So that's why I went there to join them because my friends were going too. So I went with my friends there to join them.
Because you wanted to find the man who killed your father?
Yes.
You know him?
Yes.
So what did you do?
I saw him and he came to fight me and I killed him. I went in the bush for them and I joined the people. I was fighting for them. So they used to see the way I do, they gave me gun.
You have seen many people killed?
Yeah.
How many?
Many people killed. Plenty people. So, people are not fighting, people are not rebel. The rebel got their boss, kill them.
And you have killed people yourself?
Yeah.
Many?
Yeah.
How many?
About 10 people.
How?
Because they came to attack me, so I fought them too. Because they were coming to kill me.
And how did you do this?
They were coming my weapons and I fancy, when all of them come, I can when we come, he fire, I can shoot him. I want to be a soldier because they killed my father, so I went there to be a soldier.
My name is Kono Abubakar Kamara, commonly called Kono Mother Blessing. I have 978 men under my command, and I have about 176 of Hela the Killer. Some of them are 9, some of them are 10, some are 11, the highest is 12. They go on the advanced team. That is, they are at the forefront of the war. The soldiers that are above 20, 21, 22, 23, when I tell them to do certain operations like that, they will always be afraid. But like Hila the Killer, like my other 75 soldiers, I get like Hila the Killer, like small soldier, they are not afraid. I trust them and they are my best because they execute any order that I give them. But when I say, okay, Hela the Killer, you get that man, immediately they will get you. When I say, okay, that man should be executed, for sure they will do that. So that's why I have the trust and confidence in them.
It was alright. There was no war was not. It was still the walking, so we all lost. So my father there, and my sister, my mother ran away. She went, and I went by myself.
What did you do with your family before?
No, I was staying with them. No, I was going to school.
What do you want to do now? What would you like to do?
I'd like to go to school to become somebody in future. No,
To do what? What do you want to be when you'll be a big man?
I want to be working, in an office.
Do you miss this? Do you miss the fighting? Would you like to go back?
If I let to go back, no, I don't want to go back again.
And your colonel, you know Abu Bakr, he says that if he tells you to go back with him to fight, that you have to.
Yes, because I have to go in, but not if he tell me to go, I will not do it because I don't want to go back again.
But he says that if you don't obey his order, he will execute you.
Yeah, but not. But if he tell me to go and I say no again, he can't do anything to me because we are not in a bush. Yeah, and if you do something here, no, he'll catch you.
So what will you do?
Nothing. No, I don't know.
Thôi ấy mà ăn tao được bù Tặng có anh mòn sư.
Ôi vì tới trên cao vì dừng chăm biết màn trà nó bị ôi với dừng trời mà đó.
Dạ.
Ơi chào Tư. Chào Tư ơi. Cô mà đi chào Tư ơi chào. Mong bên nhai còn mong. Mong bên nhai còn mong ta đi. Đi đâu? Bắt tay nhóc con.
Dạ tôi 30 mà. Mưa còn.
Bà cái này nó xài lần nó xài cho xa lại mình tiền nó xài cái mấy nhé
Đó là một tiền miền Nam cái một tiền này
chẳng
đột chỗ đôi xài dương chơi bình đây
lần là lừa rồi đào chân nó đang thoát tiếng
chỉ đâu anh này bà không chỉ đâu bạn thường
chẳng
Dạ, dạ chân. Ít gì. Đừng bị lặng đạn. Đâu mà chị. Vâng, nó sẽ đi chơi gì? Mai thì
Here in Cambodia, there are over 35,000 amputees, equivalent to 1 in every 230 members of the population. Many die outright from the wounds or bleed to death before they can get proper medical attention. We will probably never know precisely how many mines were laid around the world and how many victims they've claimed. There may still be many millions of mines waiting to be cleared. The problem stretches across every continent from Latin America to Asia. Typical landmine injuries involve the loss of hands, arms, feet, or legs. Many people lose their eyesight or suffer such trauma that they can never again live a normal life. Mine victims rarely regain their livelihoods, and the social and financial cost of rehabilitation is often too high for communities to bear. Landmine injuries never stop. A person who loses a leg at the age of 25 may require 10 artificial legs by the age of 65. A child may require a new leg every 6 months. In addition to the physical consequences, mines often block access to water, agricultural areas, and other basic needs. Landmines are a reverse use of technology. For poor countries, the costs in both human and economic terms are too heavy to bear. Deminers must work slowly and carefully, probing the ground inch by inch to make sure that they have found and removed all dangerous items. It can take a 3-person team up to a month to clear an area the size of a tennis court. Depending on how many mines were laid and how large the mined areas are, making a country free from mines can be very costly and take a long time.
Carolina!
12-year-old Amelia is blind and disabled. She's one of the countless victims of mines. Like many children her age, Amelia used to gather firewood for cooking, but the enemy was there lying in wait, and one day, in a split second, her life was shattered. This is where Amelia comes regularly, to learn how to walk again and to live with her disability.
Agora, Amélia, não dói nada aqui?
On the 15th of March, plans were drawn up for an attack on My Lai, believed by intelligence to be the HQ of a Viet Cong battalion. Charlie Company was to mount the main attack, and fierce battle was anticipated. The attack on My Lai started just after 7 o'clock in the morning. It was a Saturday. According to intelligence, all civilians would have gone to market. Anyone still in the village would be Viet Cong. But intelligence was wrong.
This is my life. This is my past, this is my present, this is my future. And I keep it, to remind me. But it's always there. This is it, this is my life. This is everything. This is the way I am. This is what made me this way.
Let's go, let's go.
The transition from civilian to soldier is a very distinct and very rigorous training. Soldiers are taught all the things that they need to know about being a good soldier in those very early days and weeks in basic training.
Let's go. You all look like you're tired. Are you tired? No, yes.
They are taught how to use weapons to kill. They are taught how to drill, how to march with weapons.
Get that weapon
and
up.
All of these drills and different maneuvers are carried out by orders. He wanted soldiers highly motivated. His way of motivating them was to have a response, a command and response from the soldiers. And he would say, "What is the spirit of the bayonet?" And "To kill, Sergeant, to kill." "What is the spirit of the bayonet?" "To kill." So soldiers were motivated along these lines.
What is the spirit of the bayonet?
Kill, kill, kill! With the cold blues down!
And that would be their response. And he would drill them into a state of readiness. And he would just inspire them through his speaking and through his talking and through his teaching of what the spirit was. As one of the sergeants who trained the men of Charlie Company, I was very pleased with the way they turned out. They turned out to be very good soldiers.
A lot of times when we were first in country, we would go to the villages up and down the highway, Highway 1. You'd play with the kids in between pulling guard duty. But you'd always take them stuff, candy, pop, take pictures with them, GIs with the kids. You got to meet a lot of people.
There was no one else but us. We were in this company, in this place, all alone. We had a company of men that all came from one country, all came from the same culture, and we would drop 10,000 miles away, and we felt close that way because there was nobody else to feel close to.
When we first started losing members of the company, it was mostly through booby traps and snipers. We never really got into a main conflict per se where you could see who was shooting at you and you could actually shoot back at them one-on-one. Booby traps was the main problem.
I've seen the enemy, yes. But who is the enemy? You know, we had little kids over there that would shoot you or stab you in the back when you walk away. You know, who's the enemy? How can you distinguish between the enemy? The good or the bad? All of them look the same. That's the reason the war was so different. You know, it wasn't like the Germans over here or Japanese over there. They all look like North and the South. You know, so how can you tell?
When I saw American soldiers committing acts that would be called atrocities if somebody else had done them, I began to think that maybe I was wrong. Maybe I had been just too naive all my life, that this was the way things really were. I tried not to think like that. I tried to keep my own values together, but it wasn't easy. Little by little, I began to see that this group of men was getting out of control.
The understanding or the order that was given was to kill everybody in the village. Someone asked if that meant the women and children, and the order was everyone in the village, because those people that were in the village, the women, the kids, the old men, were VC, and they were Viet Cong themselves, or they were sympathetic to the Viet Cong. They were not sympathetic to the South Vietnamese army, and they weren't sympathetic to the Americans. They weren't giving us any assistance. They weren't helping us in the war effort whatsoever.
My understanding was we were going to get into one hell of a fight, and we were going to kick some ass when we got done. There wasn't going to be anybody left.
I was 19 when I went to Vietnam. I was a rifleman specialist, 4th class. I was trained to kill, but the reality of killing someone is different from training and pulling the trigger. But I didn't know it, that I was going to do that. I knew the women and children was there, but for me to say that I was going to kill them, I didn't know I was going to do that until it happened. I didn't know I was going to kill anyone. I didn't want to kill anyone. I wasn't raised up to kill. Now, she was running with her back from a tree line, but she was carrying something. I didn't know if it was a weapon or what, but it was a woman. You know, I knew it was a woman. I didn't want to shoot a woman, you know, but I was given an order to shoot. So I'm thinking that she had a weapon running, so when I shot and I turned over, it was a baby. You know, shot about 3 or 4 times. And the bullet just went through and shot the baby too, you know. And I turned over and I saw the baby face was half gone, you know. And I just blinked. I just went. The training came to me, the programming to kill. And I just started killing. That day in my life, I was personally responsible for killing between 20 and 25 people, about 25 people, personally. I just went. My mind just went. I wasn't the only one that did it. A lot of other people did it. So I just followed suit. I just lost all sense of direction, of purpose. I just started killing any kind of way I could kill. It just came. I didn't know I had it in me. But like I said, after I killed the child, my whole mind just went. It just went. And once you start, it's very easy to keep on. Once you start. The hardest part is to kill, but once you kill, that's become easier to kill.